Okay, y'all. Game of Thrones season 1, episode 8. So, a lot went on in this season actually, but not too much. But Ned is in the dungeons. Okay, Varys went to go down there to go give him some water and stuff. Make sure that he good. Ned was like, "Why you ain't hit my back?" And this and the third. Varys looking like, because I can't fight. Like I'm not no warrior. I ain't no damn super saver hoe or none of that like that, right? I forgot the terms he used, but he said, "Do I look like a hero?" Like, you certainly don't. He was like, "I don't got no swords, no weapons, no nothing. I couldn't do nothing." Or whatever the case may be. Like he basically said his hands was tied at that moment. But he did give him some water and stuff like that. And then I think Varys is trying to like help him because he do really like Ned for real, because Ned is honorable. But yeah, so um, Rob, who is Ned's son, Rob Stark, he gets word from Sansa because um, Cersei had Sansa write a letter to Rob and her mother telling them that, Ned was locked up for treason, for saying that Joffrey wasn't the king, and all this and that, letting them know what was going down in King's Landing. So Sansa had sent all that over there, and Rob was like, "Oh, we about to go to war because if they think they're going to take my father and lock him up and all this and that, like they must don't know who the Starks is. Like winter is coming, and winter about to come, winter about to come over there to their asses, right?" So he gets an army or whatever, Northerners and houses who was like, who was loyal to his father and stuff like that, and they on their way over to King's Landing. So before they can even get to King's Landing, they have Tywin Lannister's army, and at one point, and then they have Jaime Lannister with his army because he's supposed to be thinking that he's going over to get Tyrion, but Tyrion, they already got Tyrion or whatever. So he has an army. So it's two armies, Lannister armies, and they have to get past both of those armies in order to get to King's Landing or whatever. So Catherine is now with Rob at this little meet thing. So they camped out trying to figure out the best way to get through so they can get to Ned or whatever, so they can get to King's Landing. So while they're in King's Landing, Sansa, she asks for the audience of the Prince Joffrey or whatever. Well, he's king now, King Joffrey. And she basically was like telling him like her father didn't know what he was talking about. He was drinking milk of the poppy, so he was out of his mind. So, just give him mercy because he was best friends with the king, and that he loved the king and all this and that. So my father wouldn't do nothing treacherous to the kingdom and this and the third, blah blah blah. So Varys was like, "Yeah, the truth come from the mouth of the babes." But the other guy, the other scepter, the one I said that was on Dick Ryan, Cersei, when I said he was on the small council, he was like, "A traitor is a traitor." Like, shut the heck up with your old tail. Like, nobody asked you to say anything. But anyway, so Joffrey was like, "Well, if your father say that I'm the king in front of everybody, then he will let him live," or whatever the case may be. But he was like, he got to say that I'm the king or whatever. Like he just got ego issues or whatever the case may be. Plus, he already was having it like talking to his mother, like saying he don't really deal with the Starks like that anyway. Like why they have so much power and this and that, blah blah blah. Like he ain't really mess with them like that. No way. That's his views already before he became the king. All right. So back over the Red Sea where Daenerys is, Khal Drogo gets challenged by one of his Dothraki men. I don't know what they was talking about because I ain't read the captions to be honest, but he was basically, it looked like he was challenging him on some shit. Khal Drogo basically got him gone or whatever, ripped his whole neck out. Okay, but now Khal Drogo has like a wound on his arm from their weapons. And, that weapon's dirty as shit. Like, they don't sanitize that weapons or none of that. So, it pissed his arm. So, now he got like a wound on him or whatever. And then this lady, she was like a witch lady. She was like, "Yeah, I gotta infect it and sew it up and disinfect it, or else it's going to be an infection in there or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they let her work with him or whatever. Now Bran is now in Winterfell by himself, because the Stark always has to be in Winterfell. So he's there by himself with Rickon, his brother Rickon, and some other people that is irrelevant probably. But yeah, now he's the Lord of Winterfell until they all come back or whatever. Because Rob is gone, his father is gone, like that. So Arya is doing her little dancing lessons with the guy from Bravos. And while they in the middle of doing all the dancing lessons and stuff, they go and seize the guards. It's like, we need her to take her to her father because they want to kill her or whatever. And they was like, she was like, I'm not going nowhere with y'all. My father wouldn't never send y'all to come because that was King's Landing guards. That wasn't her father's guards or whatever. That was just the King's guards. So then they dancing with the guy from Bravos or whatever. I don't know what happened to him. I think he made it. I'm not sure, but it looked like he was ready to be off because his sword had cracked in half. And like that was a good lesson for Arya to learn right in there because everything that he was teaching her, now she get to see him in like a real battle, but then she ended up having to run away. So as she was getting ready to run away to go to her room or whatever, or to find her father, to find out what the heck is going on, she started hearing like guards and stuff like, they up here offering Ned's other guards and whoever's loyal to Ned and stuff like that, they offering all them. So she ain't going nowhere around wherever they at. So she ends up sneaking up out of the castle. Like, you know how she is. She clever. So she don't be when she gets out of Dodge in certain situations. So Varys tells Ned like, well, your daughter Sansa is still being wed to Joffrey. That is still the plan, and your other little daughter, we can't find her. Like, she got out the castle, pretty much. So basically, Ned was saying, well, I just want the kids to be spared and stuff like that. So have mercy on the children and yada yada yada. And Cersei, she ain't playing no games. Like, she basically taking the whole kingdom for real. So Tyrion meets up with his father. He's with his father, like I said, Tywin Lannister. So he lets him know, like, he owed these people money and stuff like that. He promised them this, that, and the third. And trying to see if his father's going to give them to him. But Robb is now about to go to war with either Tyrion, Tywin, or Jaime. I think they're going to choose Jaime's army first, if I'm not mistaken, from what I remember. And then Tywin's army is going to come or whatever. But they thinking that Robb is weak because it was a scout that was watching. And Robb, it was a scout that was watching or whatever. And then Robb had let him go back to Jaime's camp or whatever. And he was like, oh, you're a weak boy. You don't know nothing about war. Yada, yada, yada. Like, this is literally his first war. So he don't know anything about, like, battle. He know how to fight and stuff, but he don't know, like, how that whole thing run or whatever the case may be. So, yeah, this is pretty much the whole episode of everything that happened for real. So, if y'all seen the episode, let me know what y'all thought about it. If y'all rewatching it, let me know what y'all think. And I'll see y'all on the next one.